We are back at 8:43, and this morning on Today's Money, your relationship with money. A new survey shows that people's feelings toward the economy and their personal finances are deteriorating. Here's what some people we talked to had to say.
Emotionally, money makes me feel crazy. Yeah. There's no security in it. It's fluid. Comes and goes. One day you might have it, one day you might not.
My relationship with money is scary, and just trying to provide and make that mortgage payment and make that car payment and putting food on the table.
I feel secure in my financial relationship with money because I never live outside of my means.
We have a frenemy kind of relationship at the moment. Obviously I need money to survive, but I want to kind of pretend that I don't need it.
My relationship with money is complicated. Now because I have so little, and I have so little because maybe I could have done a little bit better with it in prior years.
So how can you develop a healthier attitude toward money? Farnoosh Torabi is the author of the new book called Psych Yourself Rich. Get the mindset and discipline you need to build your financial life. Farnoosh, good to see you. Welcome back.
Matt.
People, I always think you think finances, you think numbers on a spreadsheet or a monthly checking account statement. This is an emotional issue. People, scary, complicated, insecure. Is that a bad thing?
It's a huge problem. I interviewed behavioral experts, psychotherapists, economists. They all share this belief that when we harbor negative feelings with money and about money, what that ultimately does is creates a mind trap in our head, these cognitive biases, so that we are unable to make healthy, rational decisions.
And the guy at the end there said that his relationship with money is influenced by the fact he just lost a lot. But for most people, it goes much further back, doesn't it?
It's rooted in how we were raised by our family. Mom and dad play a huge role in shaping our money relationship. One survey found actually moms more than dads. And I think it's how they fought over money or how they didn't talk about money, how they delayed your gratification or just showered you with gifts.
And then every stage in your life and every major event adds a chapter to that money book, if you will. And we've just been through what for some people has been a terribly destructive chapter with this recession.
Absolutely. And so going into money's emotional, Matt. So whether we are in a recession or not, we would still be having this conversation. And so the risk is if you go into a down economy, already feeling negative about your finances.
You call these people money zombies.
Money zombies.
Right.
People who go through life, their defense mechanism when they're not happy in the relationship is to ignore it. They feel defeated. They don't open up their bills. They don't check their 401k statements. We know people who are doing that.
And the consequences of those kinds of actions are?
Detrimental. You wake up one day, your house is in foreclosure, you've lost your job, and you don't have a plan B. So you have to really be in control. That's at the heart of all of this.
And one of the things you suggest to people is that if you want to improve your relationship with money, make it healthier, take a trip down memory lane. What do you want me to do?
I want you to look at the good experiences and the bad experiences. Giving yourself a chance to reflect on your memories gives your relationship meaning. So when you did save up to buy that house, what did that process feel like? What did you do? Learn from that, extract from that. Or conversely, when you lost money in a bad investment, what were the lessons there? There was a gentleman in the clip who said he lived beyond his means at one point, and now with the recession in the job market, he's forced, because of that reflection, to take better steps going forward.
Let me ask you about fear, because, okay, if you lose a lot of money in a recession or on a bad investment, you just don't handle your money right, you are bound to have some fear. Most people find that fear, those money zombies you talked about, paralyzing. But you talk in the book about using that fear as a motivational force. How do you do that, though? It sounds easy, but it's not.
No, you have to understand where is that fear coming from and visualize that fear. What is your worst case scenario fear? That you're going to lose your house, that you're not going to be able to provide for your kids, that you're not going to be able to make the mortgage this month. Kind of swim in that fear for a little bit and visualize it, feel it, taste it, and then get yourself out of that zone and think about what kind of course of action can I take to avoid that. Use fear as a mobilizer and a motivational tool.
There are a lot of people who've just cut way back after very hard financial times, and yet you say it's possible to probably do more cutting expenses. Where do you start?
You start by looking at the basics, where you're living, what you're driving, and how you're bringing in income. So do you have to go back home and live with mom and dad? You have to sell your car? Do you have to get a second job?
You're saying by any means possible.
You have to reevaluate the relationship. You have to think about trade-offs. In every relationship, there are compromises.
And you're talking now, this book you're not saying is necessarily going to make people rich financially, rich in a different way.
It's rich in terms of security. It's not sexy. It's not multi-million-dollar mansions and Ferraris. We're talking about if you lose your job tomorrow, you're going to be okay. You can make that mortgage payment and then some. It's not sexy, but it's security.
Farnoosh Torabi. Farnoosh, nice to see you. Welcome back.
Good to see you. Thanks.
The book is called Fool Yourself Rich. By the way, on Friday we're going to be looking at, I'm sorry, it's Psych Yourself Rich. I apologize. Friday we're going to look at how the recession is forcing some people to retire early. So if you've got a question, you can get to our website and file it there. It's todayshow.com.